Just about set to start the third quarter. Georgia Tech trying to surprise Florida State at home, 24-20. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler, BC Paul McGuire. We're here from Stacy in a second. Great first half. You like offense?
I love it. Yeah, but so many times when this happens, it turns around. It's a defensive struggle in the second half. We'll have to see.
Everybody's involved right now for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Almost everybody in that offense has touched the football, and I don't think it's going to change.
Well, we'll find out from Stacy right now. We're going down to her and Coach Bowden about how they're going to deal with it in the second half.
Coach Bowden, how do you feel the triple option hurt you guys the most in the first half?
It's tough. You know, you simply have to take care of your responsibility. And when you don't, it runs up and down that field. Now, if we don't do a better job of this guy take him take him, we'll be in trouble this half, too.
All right, thanks.
We've been behind the half every game, so we're used to this.
Thanks, Coach.
Bobby wasn't quite done.
Yeah, I want to tell you something else, Stacey.
Yeah, we've been behind every half, so we'll see if they can come from behind on the road and win. We're 2 quarters away from one of these teams being that much closer to Tampa and one being a little bit farther away. Remember, Virginia lost to Miami earlier today, so Georgia Tech can move into a tie for first in the Coastal Division. Florida State's trying to hold on to a share of first in the Atlantic Division with Maryland idle until Thursday. That's how important the third and fourth quarters of this game are going to be. Graham Gano is set to kick off for Florida State. Georgia Tech will get the football first to start the half. Roddy Jones has had a couple of really nice kick returns for Georgia Tech today. He's back deep with Marcus Wright. Nice kick. It's going to be right way deep in the end zone. He'll take a quick knee. And that means Josh Nesbitt and the Georgia Tech offense will work from its own 20-yard line. Our Pacific Life game summary statistically in the first half in a 24-20 game. You might expect we're going to see some pretty big numbers, and we had them. Both teams 200 yards or more. And look at the yards per play, 7.4 a pop for each team. Yeah. That's incredible.
Only one turnover. That was the interception. Georgia Tech took over on the 4-yard line and just pushed it in for a touchdown.
So here we go. First snap of the third quarter. Jonathan Dwyer has a touchdown today. He's behind Josh Nesbitt. And this time Josh Nesbitt's going to keep it, but that was because somebody went the wrong way. Who knows? Maybe it was Josh. I don't know. But there was nobody home back there.
The quarterbacks very rarely do the wrong thing.
That's true. That's true.
You know. With the quarterback in the booth, anyway.
Josh says, let's just calm down. It's just second down. No problem. The thing about Georgia Tech, it doesn't matter if it's long yardage. They're not afraid to run it in a long yardage situation.
This is a spread formation, but it's mainly to run the ball, not to throw it.
Nesbitt, the pitch. Dwyer got the corner, got the first down, and out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Boy, that was really close to being a forward lateral, wasn't it?
It would have been all right.
He was in the backfield.
He was on the backfield, so it could have been all right.
But what I do like is Dwyer, knowing where he is on the field. He knew how far he had to go to get a first down, and he did it.
But what Florida State is doing is what they ended up doing the first half, and that is assigning these guys man-to-man coverage and have 9 guys. I've got you, I've got you, I've got you, and the rest of these guys inside are going for the run.
And now Dwyer is off to the races. Jonathan Dwyer is gone. Touchdown.
Baby.
66 yards and another Georgia Tech touchdown.
You could have put another circle in there. It would have been Dwyer. Look at the middle of this thing open up. Everybody got a block. You take care of the linebackers, and all the other people are spread out. There are no defensive backs back there to stop him.
You might say that's probably Jonathan Dwyer's longest run of the year. That would be incorrect. He had an 88-yarder earlier this season. That one from 66. And now Scott Blair with a point after. And Georgia Tech early in the third quarter has struck again. He took one from 36. He's taken one from 66. Georgia Tech 31, Florida State 20. ESPN's presentation of college football on ABC, presented in high definition from Atlanta. As you look at the skyline and a great shot of Bobby Dodd Stadium, Jonathan Dwyer saying that was a pretty good shot I just had. 66-yard touchdown run. Georgia Tech's longest scoring drive today took 4 minutes and 11 seconds. That one took 1:18. Dwyer did it for the touchdown. Patrick Robinson on the kick return from the 9. And Robinson streaking down the sideline out to about the 36-yard line. And we take you back to Jonathan Dwyer's second touchdown run of the day, Grease.
I watched the middle linebacker and the free safety. They are both going to come this way. The linebacker is going to get blocked. The free safety just runs himself out of the play. And right there, the free safety is running toward the pitch. First of all, you got to stop the dive, then the quarterback, and then the pitch, the triple option.
You know, the thing that goes unnoticed sometimes, Jonathan Dwyer is a lot faster than people think he is, too. Here's Ponder rolling to throw and almost intercepted by Burnett. He got his hands on it. He made a better play on it than Preston Parker, the receiver, did.
I like this kid, Burnett. He's only a true sophomore. He's only playing what? He's playing in his ninth start. He's got 9 interceptions in his 20 games that he's played. He's the leading tackler on the team. He is the strong safety, and he's what, tied for first in the nation?
Yeah, and he can play any of the 4 positions in the defensive secondary.
I was going to say, Dave Womack, the defensive coordinator, says he's probably our best cornerback, too, even though he's playing safety. Second down at 10. Anton Smith. Smith got a crease. Burnett made the tackle, but Smith, I think, got the first down.
If you're wondering why you're not seeing much of Smith, he's got some ribs coming into the ball game, and they just kind of putting him in there and getting him in and out, using him where they can, and trying to get him through the ball game and not hurt his ribs anymore.
And it is a first down. They're going to move the chains. And Florida State with a first down at the 43-yard line. We're just 2 minutes into the second half, and Georgia Tech has already scored another touchdown. Florida State trying to answer. Smith stays in there behind Ponder. 4 wide receivers for Christian Ponder in the shotgun. Blitz coming. Ponder waited too long. Down he goes, and it's Daryl Richard, the captain of the defense.
Now Daryl Richard just takes the guard and takes him all the way back to Ponder and then tackles Ponder. Ponder is looking downfield. Daryl Richard just said, oh, okay, you want to stand there? I'll tackle you. Watch this. He is number 95. Watch him. He's going to just take all the way back to Ponder and then tackle him. How easy was that?
Yeah, Ponder could have helped him out by moving around a little bit, but he was locked in on his receiver, who was trying to make a little stop-and-go move.
And now second down and 17. Look out. Got rid of the ball to Parker on the slant. Parker spins his way out. Positive yardage all the way to the 49-yard line. That time Georgia Tech tried a little stunt on the defensive line. Michael Johnson was a stand-up guy in the middle. You talk about Daryl Richard, who made that play 2 plays ago. He's coming off the field right now. You talk about what a guy you want to be in college football. He graduated with honors in 3 years. He's the president of the Georgia Tech Student Athlete Advisory Board, and he's on the search committee to find a new president for Georgia Tech.
How good is that?
And he's going to get his master's in business administration, plus he plays the piano.
Not bad, huh? Just a normal football player.
Yeah, just a normal guy.
Third down, a slant again to Carr, and he held on. No, he didn't. Burnett let him have it right between the 1 and the 8, and the ball came out.
Burnett said, I've seen enough of these slants. I'm going to hit you.
Boy, I'm going to tell you what. This is, you talk about some perfect timing. Morgan Burnett is the guy, because this ball was caught. Carr had this ball.
Riley Jones will drop back deep awaiting Graham Gano's punt. So the big hit by Burnett forces the 4th down. Boy, the wide splits on this punting unit.
Yep.
Oh, Gano got a beauty, though. Roddy Jones, fair catch, and he takes it right at the 10. 11 minutes, 11 seconds to go in an exciting ACC game in Atlanta here in the third quarter.
You're watching ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Best Buy.
Some folks having fun at Zoo Atlanta, located in historic Grant Park, founded in 1889. Just had a baby panda born in August. That baby panda will be named on December 8th. That's a Chinese tradition, the 100th day. And I think Monday you can go online and you can put your name out there and see if maybe you'll be the one that names the panda. Go to zooatlanta.com. You can do that. Jonathan Dwyer only about a yard on that one, but he certainly has picked up a lot of yards on his previous 6 carries. Not having a bad day as far as rushes and yards per rush for Jonathan Dwyer today. He's got 123 yards on the ground.
Ness, you live in Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
You know this stuff. When they fired Chan Gailey and his pro-style offense and hired Paul Johnson from Navy with his spread triple option offense, what was the feeling in town?
Everybody said, how's that going to work in the ACC?
Yep.
Here's a pitch to Dwyer. Jonathan Dwyer puts his head down and got close to the first down. Might be just a little bit shy. Kenny Ingram made the tackle along with Myron Rolle. And Dwyer getting up a little slow, and I think he wants a breather, but he probably deserves one. This is the first series of the ballgame for Georgia Tech. That wheel right out of the backfield on the pass completion. Then he went 36 yards for a touchdown in the first half. And moments ago here in the fourth quarter said goodbye to everybody. 66 yards on a scoring run. He's going to get a breather, and Lucas Cox will come in. And Luke Cox has a touchdown run today as well. Nesbitt trying to do it himself.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is really going to be close. What?
Jack Childress didn't think it was close at all, Paul.
Well, he might just set it down, move the chains, and then go back and measure it again.
You know, this Georgia Tech team, you got to give Paul Johnson some credit. They lost 16 starters from last year's team. They had 4 starters back on offense and 4 starters back on defense. Lost their 2 kickers that were pretty good, very good, in fact.
Yes.
And he comes back, and he's got this team going 6-2 right out of the gate.
Trying to go to 7-2 and looking impressive today. Here's Nesbitt, open field. Josh Nesbitt across the 40 and out to the 43-yard line. They lull you to sleep with Dwyer, Lucas Cox, whatever, and then all of a sudden you forget the quarterback.
You know what? It's almost like the linebackers are standing there, and they're going, "Okay, he's got the ball. No, he doesn't have the ball. He doesn't have it. He has." They're trying. You can't guess. You really, like Bob said, what you have to do is you have a man to take. You've got to be sure that you're there first before you go and look anywhere else. Because if you go someplace else, you're going to get burned.
Out to the 44 on the quarterback keeper. Dwyer now back behind Nesbitt. Georgia Tech first down. Nesbitt going the other way. Almost another first down. In fact, he might have it. And he was one guy away from maybe breaking that one. Darius McClure is injured on the play for Florida State's. They're going to hustle out to have a look at him.
One of the receivers went down and threw a block on him.
8:41. We've got a timeout here with the injury. We'll check on Darius McClure when we come back. Now Darius McClure went off under his own power, which was good to see. He was blocked by Marcus Wright on the play where he was shaken up. Meanwhile, Georgia Tech now has got second down and a yard to go. And Dwyer's got the yard and then some. Picked up a couple and a first down. Let's check in with Stacy.
Brad, just a quick update on Darius McClure. I've been told by team personnel that he felt like something popped out of place on that left leg, so he's been doing some stretchings. If he can go, he will go, Brad.
Well, when we saw the replay, it could have been either one of his legs, as you're going to see on the top, the right-hand part of your screen. There's the block by Marcus Wright, and your legs don't go that way.
Yeah.
But he went off on his own, which was good to see.
That was good.
First down, Georgia Tech. Threatening again here on the Florida State side of the field. Pitch to Jonathan Dwyer, and there was one guy that made a nice play in Jamie Robinson, or he might have had another big gainer.
Ness, when we sat down with Coach Johnson yesterday, you ever see anybody more confident in what he's doing? Because, I mean, the question was always from everyone, what are you doing? I mean, why would you run this kind of an offense that only one other team in the nation does?
Right.
But he never even hesitates. He's so confident about it.
Well, he had such great success with it as coordinator under Irk Russell at Georgia Southern, and then as head coach at Georgia Southern. He won 2 national titles down there. Took it to Navy, worked there. Everybody said can't work here. It's working here today. And to go back to what Bob said, the skepticism that met this city when he was hired, they said, well, you know what? It's going to be boring. There won't be any big plays. Even if he's successful running the ball. Well, they've run it for over 260 yards today, and certainly we've had enough big plays. Josh Nesbitt, that's not a good sign. That's one of the problems you have, is your quarterback's going to get hit in this offense.
That's exactly right. You know, when you run your quarterback, there's a chance of him being injured.
Jabo Shaw is warming up, and he's a true freshman out of right here at the north end of Atlanta, Flowery Branch,
Look how
where he went to high school.
Look how far they put their hands under the center.
Josh Nesbitt has had a great game today running, and the very few times he has thrown, and he's had some injury problems earlier this season, and Jabo Shaw came in and was the starter against Duke and had a big game throwing the ball. He's pretty efficient in this offense because he ran something similar in high school. Josh is up, but certainly Jay Shoup attending to him there and limping off. That might be the end of the day for Josh.
You know, as we were asking Paul Johnson yesterday about the quarterback, about how many times he takes a hit, he said, well, you know, he only gets hit probably 15 times a game. I'm thinking, really?
Here it is again.
That's a lot.
Oh, and he got his own man, I think. I think it's the back of his lineman's knee brace that maybe is what hurt him.
Jabo Shaw has played in 3 games and started that one, as you mentioned, Brad.
He comes in a tough spot, 3rd down, a big one here. And he fumbled. And Florida State's got it.
How quickly the momentum can change with the injury to a quarterback.
Everett Brown caused the fumble. Kendrick Stewart recovered it.
Well, he didn't have a chance. As he turned, he got hit. I mean, they just didn't block anybody in the front of the line. Just watch. He's going to make a turn. And when he makes a turn, he's going to get whacked. Turn, whacked.
Nobody blocks Everett Brown. He's right on top of him. Doesn't matter who the quarterback was. If Nesbitt would have been there, he would have fumbled this ball. You got to block the defensive end.
Especially that guy.
Everett Brown, one of our impact players, defensive lineman of the week in the ACC for what he did last week. And he comes up with a huge play there for Florida State. Ponder might want a big one here after the change of possession, but he's going to be sacked instead. Vance Walker and Michael Johnson.
I like the call. Turnover near the 50. Try for a big play. But that young offensive line we've talked about all day for Florida State cannot keep out that aggressive defensive line, and he doesn't have time to throw it.
Georgia Tech, 3 sacks today. Everybody getting in the act. Johnson and Morgan and Walker and Richard, the front 4. 2nd down and 12. Jermaine Thomas, and he's got a big hole and lightning speed, dragged down from behind. Cooper Taylor shoestringed him. Looks like he might be just a little bit shy of the 1st down. ESPN's coverage of college football primetime continues tonight. A couple old rivals will get together. Number 4 Oklahoma taking on Nebraska. College football primetime presented by Hampton Hotels at 8 o'clock Eastern time tonight. Well, a huge 3rd down as you look in on Bobby Dodd Stadium. And you look at Sam Bradford's numbers, and he'll increase those tonight, I'm sure, against the Cornhuskers. Ponder gets the first down.
Well, Brad, you can pick up those first downs. It's those 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15. That was the 5th time today that they've been 3rd and 3 or less.
They're coming in almost 50% on their 3rd down conversions, 8th in the country for Bobby Bowden Seminoles. 3 out of 7 they are today, with 5:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter. They're trying to take advantage of the fumble by Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's first miscue of the day. And now Devontre Richardson at quarterback. It's just a straight run to the left every time, it seems. Now he cuts back, spins his way to about the 42-yard line. Let's get a Florida-Georgia update. Here's Matt Weiner. Back to live action here. Marcus Sims for a couple. Isn't it ironic that Matt Weiner said Matt Stafford's been roughed up in the Florida-Georgia game? Josh Nesbitt's been roughed up and taken out of the Georgia Tech game, and there he is on the sideline, and they're working apparently on his right knee or lower leg, maybe his ankle. Looks like maybe retaping.
Yeah,
that might mean he'll be back out there.
Yeah, I think they're retaping that ankle. I think he had ran into his own offensive lineman and twisted his ankle there.
Big down for Georgia Tech. 3rd and 5. And they may not keep him out of field goal range.
Parker in motion. Ponder, play action. He lost the ball, and Georgia Tech has got it. Derek Morgan.
Oh,
Johnson hit him.
Michael Johnson, Bob. I mean, he came in and didn't pay any attention to any kind of run, any kind of fake. And Ponder, he just really didn't see him. And Michael Johnson just took a beeline right at the quarterback. Didn't matter what Ponder was going to do. He was going to hit him.
Did we tell you about Georgia Tech's front four? Yeah, they were eating up the quarterback right there.
Bobby Bowden said, what about those 2 defensive ends? Here's Johnson over here. Number 93. He's not fooled. And Morgan, the other defensive end, he recovers it.
At midfield. Shaw will keep it. Get his feet wet a little bit. The freshman goes for 3 yards to the 47. You see those guys having fun on the sideline. Those are the 2 defensive ends. Here's another look. It'll be Johnson, 93, that makes the hit on Ponder. And it'll be 91, Morgan, the baby of the group, cleaning up.
They had Parker open. He was coming across the field. But it was just a great play by Michael Johnson. Hasn't done much today, but he got that big play.
Georgia Tech has run the ball 17 straight times. Make it 18. Shaw to the 42. A pickup of 5 more. 3rd down and a couple upcoming.
Wasn't that my pick for the team, Navy, when they didn't throw a pass last week?
That's right.
Well, they have not thrown, as you said, they have not thrown a pass in this second half. They don't have to.
So 3rd down and a couple for Georgia Tech. They have survived their turnover by getting it right back with their defense. Shaw hasn't given it off to Dwyer on this possession yet. Still hasn't. And he might have the first down. Tough little son of a gun.
Yeah.
Abo Shaw's only 6 feet, about 190 pounds, sopping wet. And I think he's got the first down.
Freshman, how about him just sitting over there on the sideline, enjoying the ball game.
Yeah.
Now he's in there getting his brains beat out.
Well, the great views today of Bobby Dodd Stadium in downtown Atlanta, provided by the Outback Steakhouse Airship. Bloomin' Onion won. Paul Hino, our captain, at the controls. Fan favorite, the Outback Steakhouse at all the ABC and ESPN college football games. Cap, thanks for being along with us. Great pictures of Atlanta and Grant Field. At the 39. Ooh, wicked hit Shaw took that time. He might not want to keep it every time.
I'd give that one off, that one.
Well, this is where Nesbitt, the miss Nesbitt, is in the decision making. They don't throw many passes. 80% of this offense is run, only 20%. And you don't have to read coverage. All the receivers are just man-to-man. But where you have to make reads is not in the passing game, but in the running game. When the fullback comes up from the triple option, you look at the defensive end, and do you give it to him or do you not? Do you pull it out and go down the line? So decisions in the running game, not the passing game.
2nd down and 10. This time Dwyer gets the handoff and picked up a couple. that exchange between quarterback and be it A back or B back, they call it match point as to when they're holding and who's going to take it, who's going to keep it.
Well, the B back is basically a fullback. He's the guy that lines up behind the quarterback. And Paul was telling us yesterday that the quarterback just comes out and he's looking at the end. It's the fullback's job to match up with him. If it's a little tighter or a little wider, he has to match up with him.
Third down. This is the longest third down for Georgia Tech today. Shaw, he's going to be knocked down by Bud Thacker.
This offense has gone nowhere since Nesbitt has gone out of the game.
Well, one thing I liked about what Paul Johnson was saying to us, he said, look, if we had, with us, our football team, if we have to stand back there and throw the ball against the team and try to win a game by throwing a ball, we're going to get killed. We have to run the ball, and this is all we do, or basically all we do.
Running the third quarter out. It'll be fourth down, Georgia Tech, to start a fourth and very important final quarter in Atlanta. We played 3. Both teams looking for win number 7. Georgia Tech's got the advantage right now, 31-20, Yellow Jackets.